This is another segment of our rock art class, and today's segment is in celebration of flowers. And as a reminder, you can watch the entire segment, then rewind and pause the video at each painting stage to give yourself a bit of time to dry your paint, and then you can proceed with the next step. And as promised, I'm going to show you the finished product that we did in the previous segment. I did the second coat. So now we see the definition of the pepper, and I went over the white and the black, and I did his stem. And the banana is a little bit better. I did the second coat. Okay, so today we're going to do flowers. God's creation has lots and lots of flowers, so we have great subjects to draw from. So on this one, I did the back, as I showed you before, painted it, dried it, painted the front, dried that. Then I drew in my daisy in circles, and once I did that, I painted each petal, and then I did the creamy color for the face, and then I dotted white for the eyes and the mouth, and a little black for the eyes. So I left this much so that you could see what it would look like. And now I'm going to draw the leaves. So I'm going to do the stem, and I'm going to do different shades of green all at once to give it a bit of depth and definition. So I'll do the dark first. And don't expect your paint to flow as smoothly as if you're painting on, say for instance, paper or canvas. This is a rock. Even though it's considered a smooth rock, it won't be exactly the same. So you don't have to be fancy. So I'm going to give it a bit of just some extra. So you can paint the leaves whichever way you want, and give it some color and character. So there's your daisy. And as well, before we do our next flower, if you want to do a rock character without being after a particular vegetable, fruit, or animal, or whatever, just do with a face. And you can have just as beautiful a rock with this style as you would going after a style, say for instance a banana. And on the back of this one I wrote, "You are loved." And I guess we should look at what the daisy has to say to us. You are my hero. And there's another one without a particular subject. This is just the face for the gray, and I did the eyes this way, sort of oval with a straight line across. And the tongue is shaped like the top part of a heart. I gave him or her eyelashes, and this one says, "You light up my life." Can you see that? So this is another beautiful style you can have. Now we're going to do, oh, and I forgot to show you the apple. Remember I said I was going to do the second coat, and it turned out much better. I gave it a little bit of lighter touch for the cheeks, So it turned out really nice. So sometimes you have to let it dry to put a second coat on it, and it usually makes it much nicer. So for this one, this is the sunflower. I'm using the sunflower as an example for this one. And I painted the back, let it dry, painted the front, let that dry. Then I put in my circle, and each one of the petals, I drew it almost like the way you would draw a leaf. And behind each set of leaves, then I put the tip part of another petal there, as you can see, and try to mimic what the actual sunflower would look like. So I'm going to paint it as best I can. You'll have to forgive me, I'm not very good at painting side on. So basically I'm just taking it a little bit at a time, not rushing. See that? It works out pretty good. And again, my brush is probably a tad bit too big for this one. So just take it slow and easy. And if you want, you let it dry and then go back and do a second coat. At the end of each rock creation, once it's completely dry for a day or two, you can go back and varnish your rock, especially if you're going to put it outside in your rock garden or in the flower garden. And because of the elements, could wear away your paint, so it's best to have a bit of varnish. And if you're going to leave it inside, well, you probably don't need to varnish as much, but if you do have a bit of extra varnish, maybe your mom or dad might have some in their toolkit or in their painting kit or whatever they might have, they just might have some varnish there. So I just got the one more petal there to do. Can you still see that? It's great to be creative. Many famous artists believe that if you use your creativity, because all of us have creativity in our personhood, and they believe that if you use your creativity, that helps us. So isn't that nice? So I'm going to do, this would be fabulous on a large rock, but I didn't take any large rocks, so I'm just going to do my best now with what I have here. I'm going to turn this to the side a bit. I'm hoping that you're having a great day. So I've used 3 shades of green so far. Okay, so there's our sunflower. And on the back of this one, I'll be careful handling that, you brighten my day. And you brighten my day. So that's kind of cool, eh? So I'm thinking that you can choose any one of the styles that I've shown you thus far, and you can choose one and do a very good job on it. And if you happen to get more rocks, then you could probably choose another character. And as I said before, if you don't have a character in mind and you just want it to paint the entire rock and just do the face, that's good as well. And as a reminder, I want to tell you, you rock.